Are you thinking about getting a Hellcat? Do you have a second vehicle? Do you worry about fuel mileage? Are you wondering how you're gonna get to work every day? And how long is your commute to work? Today, we're gonna be talking about, can you daily drive an SRT Hellcat? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, SRT Marv, Hellcat Marv, and we're back with another video. Today, we're gonna be going into and reviewing if you can daily drive a SRT Hellcat and if you should get one of these or get a second vehicle. Let's get into it. Please like, comment, and subscribe so you know when I post and how I post. Let's do it. So you're thinking about buying a Hellcat. Well, today we're going to talk about if you can daily drive one. Let's get into it. So if you've been watching my videos, you kind of already know my backstory. I went from having a Scat Pack 2020 wide body to having that vehicle eventually stolen and then moving up and purchasing your boy SRT Hellcat. All right, so should you buy a Hellcat and can you daily drive it? So the first question I propose is, what is your daily activities in life and what does that look like? Do you work a full-time job? Is it 9 to 5? Do you have a far commute? Do you drive everywhere? Do you have a second vehicle? First, I'll speak about my case and my situation, and then we can kind of allude to different scenarios to if you can daily drive one of these. And then finally, I'll also kind of break down what my recommendation is. But yeah, should you daily drive one of these? So my situation, like I said, I went from having the Mercedes I traded in, I got into the Hellcat. When I first initially bought the Mercedes, I went ahead and got a second vehicle for like $10,000, and it was cheap. It's kind of a beater. I got a Toyota Camry at home, and that was primarily because of my commute. And that kind of brings me to my first point. My commute is about 45 minutes without traffic and then an hour with traffic. I'm down here in Miami, Florida, and the traffic down here gets really bad, right? So even with the Mercedes C300, taking that long trek all the way up to Miami from North Broward was very wearing on the Mercedes. So if I felt that way about a Mercedes, imagine how I feel about a Hellcat, right? So when I got this vehicle, I felt pretty at home and at peace that I had Toyota to lean on, right? I was able to, you know, and still am able to just take the Toyota anywhere far, or if I'm just doing a daily commute. And then when I'm off and have days like this, I can drive the Hellcat around and actually enjoy the car. And the fuel still doesn't keep up, right? I drive this probably 2 to 3 times a week, and there's times I can literally see the gauge moving. I kid you not. I filled this up probably 2 days ago, and I haven't driven it that much, and I'm already close to a half tank. If you're getting a Hellcat, expect to be at the fuel pump every 2 to 3 days, whether you have a second vehicle or not. So I can only imagine if I only had this vehicle and working a full-time job, I'll be at the pump every day. As far as I work, I'll be at the pump every single day, right? Because when I'm really enjoying this car and I'm doing so locally, I'm at the pump every 2 to 3 days, right? And go through a school zone, so can't really push it here. But yeah, I'm at a pump every 2 to 3 days, even when I don't daily drive it. So I can only imagine. Let's talk about long trips. I took a long trip for work probably like a week or two ago. Check out the video on my YouTube driving all the way to Clearwater Beach. I was up in the Tampa, St. Petersburg area doing some business, and I drove my Hellcat up there. Driving up, I was at, so let's put the distance in perspective. It was about 300 something miles, about a 4-hour drive. Had to cut across Alligator Alley to make it up north on I-75 to get to the St. Petersburg area. I probably hit up the pump twice. And if you know anything about long trips or road trips, anything like that, you know that hitting the pump twice in a 4-hour trek, that's a lot. For instance, if I drove my Toyota up to Clearwater from North Broward, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, I probably wouldn't have to see the pump until I was on my way back. And that includes driving around in the city wherever I visit, and then getting in my car, driving a few miles, maybe 20, 30 miles, and then refueling again. So yeah, like 2 times in a short trip like that, that's a short trip for me. It's quite a bit. Did I have a hell of a blast? Hell yeah. And when I got to that St. Petersburg bridge, you best know I hit a few pools. That was amazing. I honestly prefer long trips in this car, or recommend long trips in this car, than doing a short one or doing a daily commute, because that's just going to wear on you. Having to be at the pump every day, and then the wear and tear on the vehicle, having to go to the shop, having to go through tires. This bad boy has 305s on it, so you're talking 250 to 300 per tire, and that's if you get a deal. Honestly, I think you're gonna be going way into your pockets, and it'll take a little bit of fun out of the car. Now, the question I propose to you all is, what's your situation, right? Are you commuting every day? Is it just a few miles? Let's start with just a few miles. If you're commuting every day to fuel a few miles, let's say you work at Publix and you're going, you know, back and forth, and let's say it's 10 to 20 miles, let's say 5 to 10 miles, 5 to 10 miles to work every day, then I can see it being manageable to daily drive this thing. Anything 10 plus, I'd say you're gonna start feeling it. Anything 20 plus is gonna be unbearable. Absolutely unbearable. You're gonna be in traffic, idling with a car that drones, right? You hear that in the back, that's a vehicle, you know, boom, 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 that, right? And you're in stop and go traffic. Where do you live? Do you live in a rural area? Do you live in a city? If you live in a city, it goes back to my last point. You're gonna be in traffic, rum, blum, 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 blum. If you're in a rural area, I would probably say you can pull it off, because you'd be doing mostly highway miles, but anything 20 plus is still gonna be pretty unbearable, right? Now, let's say you have a scenario where you're in a city, but you can do public transit, right? Now I'd say, okay, you can probably everyday this car and just utilize public transit to get to work or get to wherever you need to go, right? And then utilize other means of transportation like carpooling, and just drive your vehicle to work every once in a while, right? Another scenario, let's say you're a full-time YouTuber, or you're a full-time remote telework individual. Even though you're working 9 to 5, you're working every day, but most of your work is remote or virtual based. In that case, I would 100% recommend, you know, daily driving a Hellcat, right? And then if you have to take a long trip or you have to do something, you can either take your car, enjoy it a little bit more, or you can just go ahead and get a rental, right? So circumstances like that, I would say, you know, you can probably keep just one vehicle. But me, in my situation where I drive, you know, 20 to 30 miles to work every day, I gotta have two. Have you a beater, have you a little Yoda. Also, you can block your garage off so no one steals your Hellcat. I'm just joking. That's PTSD. Of course, I got one stolen. Yeah, man. If you have a long commute to work every day, just get a beater. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna enjoy your Hellcat or whatever high performance vehicle you have way more when you're off, right? Because you're gonna get that new kind of that feeling. You can get that feeling every time I get in this car. Even if I dailied it, I get that feeling, man. And it's just intensified the fact that I don't drive it every day. Now to my final point, you probably already guessed my recommendation. Do I recommend daily driving a Hellcat? My answer is going to be a no, right? I could go in the middle there and say, oh, depends on the situation. I say no. I say if you want to have one of these, keep your beater, keep your Toyota, keep your Honda. You're gonna enjoy the car a lot more when you finally get to it. Now there's certain small circumstances where I say it's pretty tolerable to just daily this thing, and I've already discussed teleworking, business owners who work remote. If your commute is less than 5 miles, right? I can definitely see somebody daily driving a Hellcat. But if it's any other case, just get the beater, get a bike, or have a plan for public transit, because at a certain point it's gonna wear on your enjoyment of the vehicle. Now whatever circumstance you have, my final rec is, you know, this car is a must-have. If you are a Mopar enthusiast, you are a, you know, ever since you were a kid, you've always wanted a Hellcat, you always wanted a Trackhawk Mopar, get one. I don't care how much you gotta pay for it. It's hurting my pockets right now, but I don't care. Every dime is worth it. Skip lunch, eat carrots, live in your car, whatever it is, this vehicle is worth it. It is so much fun, and the fact that I don't daily drive it makes it even more fun. When I get in this thing, I can really get crazy. Not getting crazy in this video, but I can really get crazy, really enjoy it, really push the car, and it's not on a daily basis, right? And it also kind of keeps me out of trouble on a long commute to work. So, man, if you ask me, can you daily drive this thing? Yeah, you'd have a lot of fun, but nah, have you another car. That's all I got, folks, for our car vlog slash can you daily drive a Hellcat every day. I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions or you have anything specific about my situation to ask me, or you just kind of want to gauge how you feel about getting a Hellcat, write in the comment sections. I'm super engaging with my viewers, and I'll answer any questions that you have. This is your boy Hellcat Marv. That's our team, Marv. Have a great, blessed day, and we out. Ciao.